Dude, I don't want to plug, but I partner with this this app called.
You partner with this app?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like, if you
downloaded it,
if you sign up using my code, you get a little percentage off, and I get a little percentage.
What is this app?
It's called, and essentially it's you take comprehensive blood tests, and they show you.
I'm out.
With a blood test?
I'm out on an app blood test.
No, okay.
They send you the needles yourself?
No. You go to a place like a Quest Diagnostics. They take blood like a normal blood test, and then what they do is they show you markers of, all right,
How did you get involved in this?
I saw it online and I applied, and they liked me and they accepted.
Wait. What do you mean?
There's an application process like, hey, I'm a content creator. Would you like to partner? And I said, yeah, I would like to partner.
They sent you an email?
I've gotten these emails, but I always think it's like junk spam.
I always think it's a scam.
Sometimes it is.
And
Sometimes
it's always
it isn't.
will give you a percentage of sales of XYZ thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how about some money, though?
No, I get money. Like, I get a certain amount of money.
Oh, we'll send you a pair of this and try it on, and you do a video. And you do this.
So they actually, I don't even have to
But this
post.
one, they literally are taking your blood.
Yeah. Well, again,
That seems
what they're doing is they're
like
running.
a red flag.
No, it's not a red flag. It's actually brilliant because when you go to the doctor, they only take certain biomarkers for certain things, right? So with what I did is I have over 120 biomarkers that they're checking between my heart, my liver, my kidneys, my blood, like protein
How many
levels.
biomarkers are there?
Well, from what they do, 115 or 20, 120 something, which your doctor only does maybe like half of that or a quarter of that.
Wow.
For whatever reason, I don't know. But yeah, so the results are coming in, and they have a clinician that helps you, says, hey, look, this is what you're deficient in, this is what's going on, this is what you can do. Alongside with your PCP, you guys can create a plan to make sure that you're on the up and up.
Is this like for diet?
It's for everything. It's for lifestyle, like not just diet, because they don't really take your diet into.
I don't know. Someone tells me something's
equation.
for everything. I'm like, I don't know about this.
So like, if they gave you your blood, they would.
So doctors are just choosing to not do this. For what reason?
No, I don't think doctors are choosing to not do this. I think that doctors are
not signing up to be influencers,
drinking from a fire hose where they have too many patients and they don't really have enough one-on-one time to sit there and do 100 different biomarkers and check all those 100 and something different biomarkers.
Did you start with, I don't want this to be an ad?
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah, I did. I don't want it to be an ad.
He says, I don't want to plug.
Because I'm trying to explain to you guys what it is.
I'm learning.
But I don't want it to sound like a plug, but you can...
It's not a plug, but use promo code Tony.
I actually have to see what my promo code is.
Put
it at the bottom of the episode.
Gotta want to learn.
Thank you.
Promo code scam.
No, it's not.
Welcome to Mystery Crate.
Well,
hey.
This episode of Mystery Crate is brought to you by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
That's why
That's a promo.
I didn't want it to be a plug because there's obviously other network partners.
I just did the plug.
Yeah,
No, I know.
Don't do that.
I don't
But I'm
know
just telling
how
you what
many
I'm just telling you what I'm doing.
internet blood transfusions we have as current partners, but hey, you've opened up a new lane for us.
Cynthia, get on that.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to keep saying the name.
I'm saying
of the company.
no. I'm saying she can get on that and
Like
talk to
apply?
the
I got it.
No, well, yeah. If you want to apply, just hit me up and I'll give you the code.
So I use your promo code
you do.
to get my own promo code.
No. Tonight, get your own promo code.
Do you have a
use my
contact person?
I'd have to check the email. There was an email
Have you
with like
done-
a bunch of
do-
stuff.
Who's the guy from Cameo? I was going to say he's
Yeah. Have you done?
Addison? Was it Addison? I got a cameo the other day when I was in Mexico. By
I
the
don't
way.
think he's there anymore.
Well, he was there,
Yeah.
He's still with, just not
there.
company.
Yeah.
Anywho,
When was the last time you got a cameo?
I have one that I need to do.
Really?
Yeah, presently out.
Do you guys make money off of it? Like, for real?
I mean,
In any capacity?
Year one was serious business.
yeah, they
I'm
got.
so mad I missed
like,
that window.
They got it very, very.
Well, like
Yeah, they
I've
got it
told,
for real.
I've told you, like, famously when I signed up for Cameo, it was incredible and horrible timing by me, but I didn't know what was going on. So, like, we couldn't do Cameo when we were at ESPN, or we probably couldn't have done it at ESPN. We left ESPN. Our last day was January 4th, 2021. It was a weird thing where we were on break and came back to do a show for one day, and then we were done.
That was the day that we had to debut the long Saturday that I worked the entire night And then you guys were like,
A
"Yo,
whole
I'm leaving."
night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to stay up the whole night putting
Question.
it together. It was 15 minutes long.
Question. So Tony, just to like, so I can map out your thing here with this company. It starts like this, right? And then I don't know if you see that. You go down, and then I get
No,
a
I'm
promo
not-
code.
No,
and then
no,
Billy
no,
gets
no.
a promo
No, no, no.
code,
See, you
and
guys,
then it
this
goes
is
down 2
no.
more
See,
levels.
this is where you guys are messing
and
up.
then, that looks
you
like
don't
a shape,
get.
I know.
You don't
That's
get a promo
crazy.
code.
Yeah.
You don't get a promo code. You use my promo
promo.
code, and you get a percentage.
Fuentes was
off.
doing a pyramid scheme joke for the
Yes.
audio listeners.
Yeah, no, it's not a pyramid scheme because
How much is the service?
I'm not selling you like for you to start.
Have you done this?
Yeah, I've already did.
You did it?
Yeah, I did.
And what is your
Mary Kay
120?
Life changing.
It is. It actually gives me like the understanding of what's up with my body. So I have biomarkers that are good and some that are bad. Clearly, like everybody has good and bad things that they're deficient in just because whatever. So long story short, they give you a biological age of all your factors.
And what are you?
I'm actually a year and a half younger than my biological age.
Wow.
Yeah, how do you like that?
I guarantee you almost everyone is younger.
No, there's people that are much older. It's depending on how you treat your
No,
body.
they only sell stuff if you're older. That's why. So everybody's
Well,
probably
you can
a couple
add
years
on.
older.
You can add on like other things with your
Yeah,
blood. Like you can.
you're-
there's like cancer screenings you can do. There's like a bunch of cool stuff.
Oh, the upgrade
I gotta
package.
tell you,
there is a lot of upgrade.
the mail-in cancer screening is something I think I'm going to pass on. I think I would go to an actual physician for that.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think I'm going to do an at-home cancer screening
Okay.
that we then send away.
But again, the whole-
respectfully.
This reminds me of the episode of
Respectfully-
Seinfeld where they test Giuliani's blood and a little bit of the yogurt
Yeah, the
falls
yogurt
in.
falls in. It cost Mayor think it's the election.
There's somebody who messes up and then they're like, oh well.
Long story short, this is supposed to be a supplementation to your already primary care doctor.
I can't see a doctor for months. I tried to make an
Well, that's-
appointment, and they're like, "Well, we'll see you in Julio." And I was like, "Julio?" Like, no,
Wow.
Julio. And I'm like, "Dude, it was March when I called you. You can't see me for 4 months. Like, this is outrageous." So I keep going to minute clinics.
To be fair, that's bullshit because the doctor, he only works Wednesdays and he's only in this practice 2 hours on every third
Look,
Monday
man,
of the month.
I'm
He has a
just trying to
tea
tell you
time at
guys.
6.
If I was
I'm
sick,
trying to help you guys.
If
Getting
I was
paid per
sick,
visit.
I could go in and be seen. I'd have to wait, but I could go in. So like,
So like a wellness visit.
what is my motivation for following the rules?
Right.
If I'm not going to be seen for months, I can just go in and say, "Hey, I actually am sick." I can go in and say, "Hey, I'm sick. Can we also do like my annual,
What do you do in
checkup?"
your annual checkup? Like what do they do?
I missed mine last year. I was used to the doctor calling me and telling me, "Hey, it's time." Like they'll say, "We'll see you in a year," right? And it's like 2 weeks before, they're like, "Hey, can you come? Next Wednesday."
I hate when they plan it out like,
at
"What are you doing
12:15.
next
It's like,
May?"
no,
I'm
I
like, I don't
can't
know.
do it at 12:15 on a Wednesday.
But that's what I need. That's what he's saying. Like my doctor did the same thing. They will schedule it for me. And then
Yeah.
I'll get like a Google invite. Hey, you got your doctor next
Exactly
week, which I
right.
loved.
I
My
did
doctor
too.
now hates me. Doesn't do anything. I haven't been there in fucking like 30 years.
Schedule
Why'd
it
you
for
change
me.
your doctor?
a
I didn't.
year-
Now I'm going to.
They changed their practices.
yeah.
Schedule it for me a
gotcha.
year in advance. I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't have to think about it. I'll get the thing like 3 weeks before.
That's how they
hey,
do
it's
at the
coming up.
dentist.
It was perfect, right? I didn't
What did you
get
do in
that.
November?
I didn't get that last year, so I just assumed I need to call and do my annual.
Hmm.
And then when I didn't, they're like, "We'll see you in June," which I was
Are
like,
you getting to the age where they're going to check your prostate?
"My prostate, I'm down. Check it. Check it twice.
Roy?
Check it twice.
Have they
cut
checked
once.
you yet?
No, not yet.
Me and Roy are right there knocking
I'm
on the
fine.
Say,
Bro,
you guys are close. That's why I'm asking.
When I'm
Buddy, bend
coughing,
over.
Fuentes, have
little
you
head-
been,
how's your uncle?
have you been visited by
Look.
The finger fairy?
the
No.
prostate fairy?
amongst
Whoa.
amongst
I'm asking.
Amongst-
I'm trying to make sure that he's okay.
friends.
By the way, my prostate,
man.
the levels of my prostate, good.
amongst friends, not for social. Did you have to stick something up your own butt for
No,
that?
dude, it's
He was
all
asleep
on
for
blood
that.
work. It's all
No,
on
he
blood
does it
work.
at home and then he mails it away.
I didn't do it at home.
All right.
I went to a Quest. They did the blood work for me. You do it in two separate.
Were you
Don't
sore
get me
after?
started. Don't get me started on them.
On
Don't
Quest?
get me started on them.
They'll go to
I'm with
collection
you, Billy.
agency on you, man.
I
Hey, look,
can't.
I scheduled my thing in advance
It's
according to the
they're
app,
impossible.
and I was able to change it whenever I wanted. I did whatever I wanted. I was fasting.
Schedule an appointment to
out,
come
bam, bam.
pick up this thing you need to pee into. Schedule an appointment to come drop it off. It's like, guys, you have a little window. Why did you fire everybody? Why can't they just keep working there? And I just go up and I say, here you go. I'm dropping off this specimen. Send it off to you. No, schedule an appointment. And then they're like, we're not going to get into it.
Yeah, a little rude.
So,
anyways, long story short, so they haven't
Again, long story
it's
short,
4
again?
times
I know, but
already.
they haven't checked your prostate yet.
No, they haven't. But when
but
I'm
are-
coughing amongst friends and, not for social media clips because this is how I cough and I feel like something you know, and I feel like pressure
Back there?
maybe hemorrhoids
That's a fine.
from stress.
Don't you suffer from that? I think you've mentioned this.
Hemorrhoids?
Hemorrhoids?
Yeah, didn't you say you like?
No, he suffers from stones.
No, he's a kidney stones
That's what
guy.
it was.
He's a
Yeah,
big kidney
kidney
stones
stones
guy.
guy.
Yeah, that's what it
completely
was.
hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
And Tony, in case you're wondering, yes, I also had my mammogram this year.
Okay,
So,
good.
Yeah.
Ladies,
Hey.
please
Check
go
'em
do
out.
that all
Long
the time.
time, yeah, seriously.
Dearly,
Tatas?
ladies.
Tatas?
Tatas?
So
Did I
Chris,
have it
I
here?
feel
It's
like
up
you're
there.
close.
The Tatas? No, not yet.
No,
to close the Cameo loop,
prostate.
Jeremy.
Oh yeah, Cameo.
So first year was good.
I'm just making my profile now.
I like to party.
Everybody.
on
On Cameo.
No.
Oh.
Everybody.
I was
Everybody.
gonna say
Like
use my
me?
promo code, dude. What the?
Conjunction.
Everybody jumped on Cameo right away, and I was kind of like, I don't know if this is for me. Like, I don't know if I'm the right personality type to be
It's actually
recording.
perfect for you.
I found that out, but at first I was hesitant. I'm like, I don't know if I'm the personality type to be like doing birthday videos and all this stuff to send it to people. So I waited and I waited, and then I was like coming in every day, or we were doing it remotely and listening every day, like, oh, I did this, I did that, and everyone was like talking about how great, like they were getting like requests on Cameo and all this stuff, and I was like, why I should try it? Why wouldn't I try it? It seems like it's just an opportunity that I'm wasting. But I didn't do it right away, and then you have to do like an intro video, and you have to do a picture, and you have to do this
stuff. Yeah.
So I wait like 2 days, right? And we were working at home, did the morning show. I took a nap, right? When we were working remotely, I loved it because I could like schedule my day. I could, you know, walk away from the computer, unwind a little bit, go for a walk outside, take a nap, whatever, come back, finish my work later. I'd be working later into the night, but I would give myself breaks. So I fall asleep, take a nap. I wake up, I say, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna whatever. So I go, I do the intro video awkwardly of myself. I do the picture of myself. I put my profile. I upload it all, and then I click the option to tweet out, hey, I just joined Cameo, whatever. So I joined Cameo. I tweet it out into the universe. I say, hey, you know, join me, Billy Gill. I'm now on Cameo. If you want to send things to me, I wish you happy birthday, whatever. I sit down on the couch, I turn on the TV, and the Capitol's on fire because it's January 6th. And in the middle of all of the people tweeting about January 6th, there's just a video of Billy Gill saying, hey, I joined Cameo. If you want specialized videos of
Incredible.
me,
Me and
you
Chris
can
are
do
sitting
it."
here.
Great
We're
day.
thinking, bro, Billy's really walking us through this whole process about joining Cameo, and then the big payoff really worked
It was
out.
a good payoff. January 6th.
Well, and then
But you got a bunch of them, didn't you?
I had people like reaching out to me like, terrible time, not the time for this, Billy. I'm like, I was asleep, okay? Like, I didn't know this was
what
going
was
on.
happening.
And I'm not going to untweet it now.
No,
I'm
you
out
can't.
there.
You can't.
Book
You
me.
can't.
Anyway,
Anyways, it was very lucrative for you.
yeah.
You told me privately how lucrative it was for you.
Yeah. It's. I mean, it's still down a little bit. Yeah, I was Cameo was.
It took care of you.
First few
Cameo
months
was
were
good to me.
special, as Ethan would say.
Yeah, Cameo.
Where is Ethan?
Cameo gave me impact windows for hurricane season.
That's what I was gonna say. I
Chris
didn't-
just
I-
mentioned his number that he had the first.
We don't have to say it out loud.
No, I'm not going to say the number, but I was like, what?
How many bookings? You could just do it in
Hundreds.
books, right? Okay.
yeah.
The
It's-
first couple months was like I was like being that guy of like I can't do these all. Like it's and then I
Wow.
stopped. That's why Billy at one point I got lazy with it. Wouldn't you get like people
Oh,
would
dude,
be
I
like
was cleaning up with ones that Chris and
Or Stugotz,
and
dude.
wouldn't
Stugotz
do. They're
had
like,
so
I sent
many
it
that
to
he
Chris,
didn't
he
do.
didn't do it, whatever. I had
the way it works is if you send someone and you don't do it, I can like that credit now. I can like all right then I'll
Go
go to
somewhere else, right?
I had two handlers at Cameo at one point in time. I had the first person, and they handed me off to someone else. And the first person, this is not interesting to anyone, so we'll wrap this up. But the first person like called me one day and is like, "Are you aware that you have over 30 cameos due today? Like, do you think you're going to be able to do that?" And I'm like, I got this. Okay, Addison? Don't question my ability. Will they all be 7 minutes long? Probably. Will it take me 15 hours when I'm supposed to be doing something else? Yes. But they're going to get done, Addison.
So wait, there was like a rep that calls you and say, hey, you've got all these outstanding.
If you needed anything,
Yeah.
but what do you really need in terms of like...
You just need to do it.
Yeah, exactly, right. The reps really...
They're really just there to pressure you. into
Addison's
doing
just
them.
getting a
'Cause
little
it's
cut
money. It's money for them.
Addison, I mean,
Yeah,
I
does he get a
assume
cut? Yeah.
with how
By the way,
with how annoying they were about it, I assume he would make a little something.
I'd
I'd
also like to say this, and we've had this discussion already, but at the time, similar to what you were saying about your male blood, so you had a
It's not
situation...
mail. It has nothing to do with the mail. It's electronic.
It's
No
a-
mail.
Your
Yeah.
email blood.
It's a blood
You
app.
can't send blood electronically.
I know, but you're saying I mailed it in. I didn't mail
Scan
it
in some blood.
in. No,
Yeah. Anyways,
But wait a minute. So Quest sends it to them.
to them.
So you're like your markers are out there, like 23andMe type deal.
No, not
So you'll be for
23andMe.
sale pretty soon.
the other game
Incorrect.
that you played in terms of what you were saying before is there were referral codes.
Mm-hmm.
So when you joined, they'd ask you for a referral code, and that
Oh, yeah, I
person
remember this.
then got like 10%
Of
of what
whatever
you
the
were
person-
booking, or 5 or 10% or something like that.
Didn't
So
Stugotz invite you, and then he got money off of you?
I gave it to Roy. I said, I'm
Oh,
using
that's
Roy's
right.
promo code because Stugotz was trying to get me, and I was like, dude, Stugotz is charging like $150 a video. He's getting hundreds of video requests. Like,
It's crazy.
I'd rather Roy get a cut of videos than Stugotz. Stugotz is perfectly fine.
Right,
So,
right.
yes, you're welcome, everyone. Applaud me for being a decent person.
Right.
Roy, what did you see off of Billy's?
You're
stuff?
welcome, Roy.
Saw a good chunk.
Yeah.
Good chunk, dude. All right, come on.
Roy
Anyways,
probably
I had-
knows more than anyone how many videos I was doing because I'm sure like every couple of days
You
it's
would
like,
see.
oh, they just see like, here's like, it was 10%. So like, here's like $4 or whatever would just pop into his account.
I'm big on the 24-hour ones.
Oh,
If you-
yeah,
if
I
you
love
do a
24 hours.
hour, I'll do it.
Unless you booked it on your iPhone. Not as much of a fan. If you booked it on your
Oh,
iPhone,
that's right.
You know who used to be really good about that was Scott Hansen. So Scott Hansen, he would always do all these cameos, and it was always be for like fantasy football drafts or whatever. And he would always like tweet out like, "You can book me. Go to cameo.com/whatever," and he would put the actual Cameo website to book it because if you book it on the app, they took more of a percentage from you. And if you booked it on the Apple took off like 30% before you even got to the Cameo taking off the percentages. No one cares about any of this.
7
stuff.
straight minutes of me talking to you.
I think
Yeah.
I got a cameo from Billy one time begging for a job, and I think it was like 10 minutes he sent me back.
Yeah. And look, here he is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, Chris was also taking credit for my employment.
Sorry, America.
You're welcome for that.
Yeah,
How's he taking credit?
because he said thank you first.
He also he gave me a cameo too.
Yeah, I
It
got
probably
it.
expired and got
Hey,
to me.
where was
No,
mine?
I got
buddy?
it. I got
Where
it.
was mine? Where
He
was
said I
mine?
looked stoned in
I
it.
don't remember. I remember looking for you on Cameo, but I didn't find you. I don't know why.
You were just fighting with me on Twitter.
Were you
Yeah.
stoned?
You son of a bitch.
That was great.
You've been arrested with no explanation. What would your friends assume you did?
Why don't we go around the room and figure out each other's crimes?
What did
Why
I
are you
do?
guys looking at me?
What did I do?
I'm just looking around at everybody. I'm just looking
Taking a
around.
look at everybody.
What did I do?
If Chris got like picked up for being drunk on a golf
Drunk,
course,
1,000%.
I would say
Oh, if, I mean,
on a golf
Yeah.
course.
I mean,
because
who
you're all
among
boys.
us? Who among us?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
We're gonna arrest
he'd be
everybody.
having a good time.
You gonna arrest everybody at the course, Chris?
At the elbow room, getting
There's
arrested.
This,
Yeah.
there's this guy with a red beard, no shirt on over there on the 18th green. I don't know. Yeah. That I could see happening.
Checks out.
Yeah.
Drunken disorderly conduct. Is that what you're
Correct.
saying Chris got picked up for?
Yeah. Not disorderly, just, he's drunk for like a little too many, acting reckless, out with the boys.
So reckless and disorderly.
I mean,
Definitely.
Tony's obviously fraud, right? Like, he obviously committed some sort of
well, I was
fraud.
going to say, if it was Stugotz, it's like definitely tax fraud, something along the lines
Yeah.
of embezzlement or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tony, I don't know. What about Jeremy? What would Jeremy
Yeah,
get
what would
picked
it
up
be
for?
for me?
I could see Jeremy
a
like
protest.
Murderer.
a protest.
That's great.
Well, murder. I mean, yeah.
I could see Jeremy kind of going postal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like good guy, just
Jeez Louise.
No, me too.
the straw that
Yeah, no, I
broke the
think the
camel's
same
back.
thing.
All of a sudden, like
Yeah.
Jeremy goes crazy and
Yep.
like,
The thing is, he has so many
Kill
jobs that
somebody.
if he does, hopefully it's not here.
Yeah, it's someone else.
I mean, hopefully it
That's a
doesn't
good
happen,
point.
but
Yeah.
Do it a
don't
it
do
were.
it, Jeremy. But
But if I
don't-
do, just
don't do it
avoid
here.
this workplace in particular.
yeah.
Yeah. Or you, on a day that I'm not here.
I could see myself getting arrested for not paying like some sort of ticket or fine or something that had fees that I disagreed with.
Too many tolls.
So like I was just
Like a
upset with
parking
like
ticket?
no, but I was like obsessed more. It wasn't the ticket as much as it was like the fees for paying the ticket online that I was like and I was like I take like this moral stand and not do it.
And then they go get you?
And then like I get pulled over for something and they're like friend, you have all of these unpaid like
He's the white whale.
tickets and stuff. What's going on
Another
here?
great Seinfeld reference.
We got to bring you in, and then it'd be like probably.
Do you think they cuff you or do they put you in the Ziplocs? Those like zip ties. You
I don't know. Do they still have like the physical cuffs?
I'm sure they still.
Yeah,
have
they still have the
cuffs.
cuffs.
Okay.
What about Roy?
Roy, I could see like a road rage incident.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I was gonna say for being too much of a Panthers fan.
That's illegal.
That's weird. I was going to say
Some
just for
New
him
York.
being black somewhere was going to get him arrested.
There it is.
I have a question for you guys.
What's that, Billy?
I have a question for you guys based on
My promo code, I'll send it to you.
No, I have a question for you guys based on something that we were talking earlier, and it's we can go around the room, I guess, also and do this. But earlier this week, Dan was telling us a list of places that he could live at but wouldn't live at, and we were all quite
Wait,
confused.
what?
Yeah, it was a confusing
A place
situation.
that he could live at but wouldn't live at.
Yeah.
Started with Sydney, Australia.
And he's like, I could see myself living there, but I wouldn't.
And we were
And
like,
then he's
Has
like,
Dan ever
London.
been to Sydney?
I don't know.
I assume.
Yeah,
And
he
then
said
he's,
yes. He
he's
said
like,
yes.
London also. He's like, I could live in London, but I wouldn't. And then eventually we were like, what does this mean? I don't understand how this is working. And then it got bogged down and became a whole thing.
Classic.
So I guess, what amount of money would you accept for us as a group collectively to pick a destination for you to live at for a year without you knowing what the destination is?
How much money would it take? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
but we would pick
My
a
family goes with me, obviously, right?
immediate family.
So like my wife, my kid.
Yes,
that's what that immediate means.
No, because
No, you have to specify that.
you have to
I
specify.
got it.
Immediate
But-
family.
No
but
cousins.
also
Yeah.
know that this wouldn't be like us picking a place just to agitate you. This would be a place that we think would fit you, but you wouldn't necessarily make the move for.
Okay, so what amount of money would get me to let you guys pick?
You just have to
Where
But
I
you
would
don't.
live.
You don't know in advance.
without
Right,
knowing
right,
where
right.
you're going.
Yeah, you don't know.
But
in
you
advance.
guys pick.
Yes.
Yeah, for a year.
Because
For a
buddy,
year.
get ready to learn Albanian. You're out of here.
Man,
Dangerous game.
You're not following the spirit of the game.
But now I threw him off.
Yeah, he did throw me off. I'd say it'd have to be a year that I don't have to work.
Well, you could work remotely. You're still working.
Oh, no, then
You're
I'm-
not on vacation for a year. You're
Okay.
working.
Gotcha. Okay, so I could work remote. It would have to be.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that if we gave him like $5 million, he'd work that year?
He has to work.
I
You're
would-
not going to give him $5 million. That's realistic.
I was
That's
literally
But
gonna
he
say.
named-
I was
he names
literally
the
gonna-
price.
I was literally going to say $5 million.
Yeah, he names the price.
Well, that's the worst millionaire
What's
to be.
the
We
lowest?
learned earlier this
A
week.
5
also.
millionaire?
Yeah, we learned from
Well, let me
from
try
Dan that having $5 million is the worst amount of millions to have,
Samson
because
said
the rich millionaires look down on you, while you are looking down on others. You're not actually that rich.
I'll take it for a walk.
Why do
That's
I
exactly what I
Why do
said.
I give a shit what other millionaires
I
think about
don't,
me?
I don't understand it either. If I
I
had
would love to
$5
test this
million,
theory, yeah.
I got to tell you,
I'm good.
I'm not talking to anybody that is a richer than me, or I'm just hanging out.
How do you know what? Also, how do you know what other
Do you
people
think
are richer
millionaires?
than?
Yeah. Do they go around bragging about how many millions they have? to
Yeah.
each other?
I think,
I've
I think
seen
that's
White
part
Lotus.
of it. I think that's part
Yeah,
of being
White
rich.
Lotus, please.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch it.
Really?
After the first season, I was like, I'm good.
Oh,
I got it.
Season 2 is better. I'm just
Sure.
about to start season 3.
Season 3, I heard sucks.
I
not
wouldn't say.
spoil
I
it.
wouldn't say it sucks.
just
It's
wrapped
good.
up.
Yeah.
But,
Just
you know.
wrapped up.
It has great moments.
It has great moments. That's
Yeah.
not good for a show. I need the whole thing to be banging.
I know what you're saying. So what's the number?
5
I don't
million.
know.
5 million.
million?
bucks.
A bad hypothetical.
I can go buy.
I think the question was a
great
two-parter.
place.
It was what you would get paid and then where we would send you.
But he doesn't get to pick where we send him.
No, we
Right.
would
So where
pick
would you guys
would have
send?
to
Where
agree.
would you guys send me?
Iowa.
Okay.
Iowa.
Dude,
No,
at
it
5
has to
million
be-
in Iowa, dude. I am.
You got to send him out of the states.
I'm Elon Musk.
the Corn King.
Yeah, dude.
Do you have this in the United States?
You got to send him out of the states.
Right?
Out of the
Has
states.
to be in
Yeah,
another
because you
country.
got to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
No matter where I send you in the states,
Buddy,
you're going
buddy,
to be comfortable.
I'm
Winnipeg.
uncomfortable. I
Buddy.
speak 15 different
What if we
languages.
paid you like?
Wait, hold on. Wait, you
What
said
if?
He's already got the girl.
What if we?
Exactly. Thank you.
Okay, how about this?
Yes.
What if we paid you?
You can blend in.
30 grand.
Disappear.
30 grand.
That's not enough.
You're not even hearing where I'm telling. but
Whatever
I'm
it is,
telling
it's
where
not
it is.
enough.
30 grand to live a year in Switzerland.
It's not enough. How am I going to live in Switzerland on 30 grand?
The
still
30
working,
grand is
though.
extra. You're still working.
I heard that
I gotta
Switzerland
go-
is nuts expensive.
I got to go buy, get a place.
Don't they have 4
No,
day
no,
work
the
I gotta
places.
live.
That's
They
all.
have a bunch
That's
of
all
stuff like
arranged
that.
for you.
Oh,
You don't
all
need to-
included.
Yeah, you don't need to buy a place. We're just sending
Oh,
you
okay.
to.
Okay. No, 30 grand's not enough. I need more. I need 2.
$2 million
Yeah.
to go to live in Switzerland for a year.
Yeah.
Dude, for Switzerland, you can probably give me for like $250K or something like that. Switzerland's really nice.
If I offered you $40,000 to go live in Switzerland, your place is paid for, and all you have to do is work remotely. Like you wouldn't take $30,000 for that.
I don't know about 30, but I'd be open. I'd be open to like
and
75.
you get to since you are a sad boy with a lonely life and no loved ones.
But you're saying
you get to choose two people to take
I have
with
no family.
you. Yeah, you get to choose two people to
You
take
take
with
Gino.
You know what? You know what he told us about? He told us the other day. How do I say this
Politely?
No, very delicately, because it is a betrayal of sorts. Ooh, how am I going to talk out of this one? Because I've come too far now. Because this was happening the other day in the commissary, and I'm sure he remembers this, and I think other people do also. Mike Fuentes basically told us that we get like wild and free Gino Fuentes here at the office.
That's hilarious.
Like this is the wildest Gino that exists, is the one we get at the office.
Really?
This is a vacation for Gino compared to his house.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Chris at home is.
I was walking around that one.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not my family.
I get that vibe from him only when he's talking about fantasy football.
Oh.
Like he'll just be like, "Who do you like?" If he
Dude.
gets like
But
Fantasy
Gino's
sports, living a dream. That
Gino's very Kugler in terms of
soft spoken.
yeah.
guy. But not see. Yeah, because you don't know him.
You
so I
guys
get it.
don't know. Yeah.
We'll be back. I mean, when he's outside of here, though.
I said we'll be back.
Oh, Roy said we'll be back.
It's time for another edition of You Betcha, which is brought to you by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. People are going to a familiar place once again. Inter Miami, coming off a big win in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, the Triple C, as I like to call it. They're on to the semifinal, but that was a little bit of an emotional game against LAFC. So now they travel to Chicago to take on Chicago Fire back in MLS play. Messi had 2 goals against LA. So I'm thinking probably won't be looking to score this game. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's on a heater. But Luis Suarez was kind of a pedestrian in that game. So I think in this game, we're going to bet him anytime goal scorer, 2+ shots. A little tricky with soccer, but 2+ shots for Luis Suarez. Obviously, if he's going to score a goal, he needs 1 shot there. And, of course, the gift that keeps on giving, both teams to score. So, Luis Suarez, anytime goal scorer, both teams to score. Luis Suarez, 2 shots on target. That's your You Betcha this week. At the time of recording, it's plus 350. And that's You Betcha. Back to the show.
I'd probably take 150 grand.
For Switzerland?
Yeah. For Switzerland, yeah. 150.
Dan move.
Yeah, it was.
It's okay. It happens.
It's this cough that is on and off and again until June. I can't figure out what's going on here. And the Minute Clinic said, here's something, but you're going to have it for 7 to 10 days. And I'm like, well, I mean, is this effective? What is
I
this
got something at
accomplishing?
home if you want.
What do you have at home?
I got something you could take.
What can I take for a cough that you have at home?
I got something you could take for a cough at home. Jenny
home
had a
remedy.
cough. No, it's medicine.
Yeah,
What is it?
Due to his blood markers that he discovered.
No,
Yeah.
blood. They don't do cough.
do that?
What is
They
it?
don't
What
do
is
coughs.
it? What is it?
I don't remember the name, but it's like a little football-shaped pill. You just like a little
Is it
gel
blue?
capsule. No,
That's for something else.
clear.
Where did you get that?
Such a Cuban thing. The whole...
Oh, I actually think I know what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. 'cause
It's like a little. It's like yellow.
it's like
right?
a gel yellow pill.
Gel yellow pill. Man, I don't know
that
when
one
this,
stops the cough immediately.
I can I tell you
I
something?
have it. You want me to bring it? I'll take it.
I don't know where these came from, but it feels like the past 2 years they popped out of nowhere, and
They're like best-selling right now.
It's like an instant cough killer.
Yes.
I don't know what it is.
I'll bring it to you tomorrow.
They have different dosages of it.
I have all of them.
Really?
Yeah, because Jenny during her pregnancy had a really bad cough, and we went to. The problem is when you're pregnant, you can't take certain things or
Yeah.
whatever because of the baby. So it's like, what can she take? And then they prescribed her this thing, and then she's like, I can't take this. I don't know why they prescribed me this.
Yeah. Well,
so I have an entire box.
Is
Go rid of it.
Is it imprinted ASC 105?
No, who knows what it's called?
No, it's gel. It's a gel capsule.
Benzonatate.
Benzonatate. That's what it is.
Benzonatate. There you go.
I call it benzonatate.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's benzo.
Give me some benzonatate, and it knocks out my cough like
Dude,
that.
I'll bring it to you.
I think I have.
I have extra.
I don't think that you're supposed to be saying out loud that you're sharing prescriptions that you have.
No.
Yeah, tremendo
They're
drug
Jenny's
dealer.
prescription.
I
it's
wouldn't
not
put
mine.
that out. Well, no,
Jenny's
that doesn't make it any better.
Like a Walter White
no,
over
it's fine. They're my wife's. I can give those
150
away.
grand. 150 grand. I moved to Switzerland.
How about you went on your honeymoon to Asia.
Yeah.
Brought COVID back.
That is
That
100% true.
They tried to kill me.
Who? Let's not.
No,
So-
let's not do that. No.
We let's not. We haven't gotten to the pyramid talk that you've wanted to talk about.
Did you
for
hear about
months,
the pyramid?
But
No,
but listen,
avoided.
Did you
He's
hear
been
about the
ducking it.
pyramids?
Yes, we talked about this last week. You've been ducking that.
How have
Why-
I been ducking it? It's been on the board for.
I
But you
know,
haven't brought
every
it up. I
time
asked you about it here.
I wasn't here.
Every time we slightly start getting into that direction, you always like veer off.
Really?
For some
No,
reason.
I'll veer in
Yeah.
instead of off. I'll veer
You're
inside.
on.
So I don't know
rare.
I don't know who's back there. Mally or
You're on.
my Fuenres is not back there. Gino's not back there.
Danny's just watching like volleyball clips.
It's just
Yeah.
Danny. There's nobody else back there. It's just Danny. Okay. Anyways,
He loves volleyball.
He does,
man.
dude.
Like, I
Big
don't know what
volleyball guy.
happened. I
Dude
don't know
knows
how
ball.
this happened. He loves volleyball.
dude knows ball.
so much.
Okay, so long story short, our 7th one of the episode, underneath the pyramids, right? They found these like hundreds of meter long cylindrical like towers underneath the pyramid that have like these I don't even, what would you call them, Mike? Like
It's kind of like a.
It looks like a drill bit.
yeah,
looks like
it's-
a drill
It
bit,
reminds
yeah.
me of Hard Rock Stadium.
Yeah, the
walk-up.
things you walk up.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
so
Like
it looks like
it's
that.
a helix.
spiral walk up. Yeah, helix thing. Yeah.
Sure. So that's all the way down, like hundreds of meters down into the earth. And then under that, they have like another set of things. So it's like, how in the hell did they build all of that with the pyramid on top, and then we just discover it now? With technology that has been insane, right? To find what's underneath the ground. And yet, you guys still think people built it. It's crazy.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. That's my whole point.
What's your whole point? You
My
don't
whole
know.
point
You
is
just
I don't know.
it's not humans.
I just know it's not humans. Exactly.
But then what is it?
I don't know, because Billy, when you're looking at the depth of what these things are and the magnitude of the structures, and the way that they were built with the tools that they had at the time
But it's not
of
like
the building.
It's not like it was 4 guys building it.
I know it could be a billion people building it.
It probably was close to that
Okay.
because they had slaves that were building
Sure.
it and they were dying,
The
and they
pro-
probably just build
The
on top of
problem
them.
with the slave theory is this.
It's not a theory.
Everything's a theory because we don't know what happened.
This is wild.
No, it's true. Everything is a theory because we don't exactly know what happened. So everything
Speaking
has
of
to be a theory.
pyramids, right? So Tony
Yeah.
gets you this code, and then
But you
the
don't.
code
I sent it to you.
down.
I sent it to you.
I know, and it goes like this.
Where in that are the helixes?
Yeah, where's the
that go
helix on
down?
this?
Okay, so hold on. Give me
After
give me
like
a,
the 4th code, is it just?
give me a pen. Give me a pen.
Okay.
Roy, throw me that pen over there.
Anything.
Let's
Get this guy a pen.
While we're waiting for that,
that
you can go to Cameo for $20, just half the price of what Chris Cody is demanding. Whoa! 20 bucks.
Undercut my boy, dude.
$20 on Cameo. I'm looking right into the camera. $20.
Jeremy, I got bad news for you.
I'll
buddy.
sing a parody song for you.
$20.
Actually, that's worth money.
I don't know, man.
About $7 in Jeremy's
Dude,
pocket.
I have no idea how this is gonna work.
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah,
You're
it's-
gonna get to get
Alright,
It's like
inundated.
$7.
Dude, when you're on their 20th parody song, you're gonna lose your mind.
I'm gonna sing 4 lines at least, and one of them's gonna have your name in it.
So
I got 10 of these to do
Wow.
today. That's $70
You
for
know-
4 hours of work.
Jeremy. I don't want to say this because I don't want to ruin it and how I know this, but Weird Al is going on a tour.
Oh,
Again, yeah, Weird Al has a summer tour that goes from like June until the end of September, almost every night,
Really?
like sold out.
Can we
everywhere.
go? Do you want to go with me?
Oh, I don't know about that. I was more telling you just because he does parody.
Do you
songs
think he
and you
needs
do
an
parody
opener
songs.
down here?
No, he apparently has a 6'8" clown that is the opening act.
Shit.
Yeah.
That I can't offer that. But I can offer sports themed parody songs.
I don't
that
think
I don't
he's
think I can
looking for
produce for
that.
more than a minute.
Billy, look up on your computer. Look, here's what the pyramid thing looks like. Go look up on your computer.
Hold it up to the camera so you
new
can see the
pyramid.
Jeremy
pyramid
Taché on
A
Cameo.
6'8" clown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron McGill.
Yeah, he builds
His name's
himself.
Julius Randle. Am I right?
Hey. Oh. Wow. Oh,
got his
hey.
ass.
Oh, ha.
He builds himself as a 7-foot clown, but he's actually 6'8".
Yeah.
Oh, I
Kevin
don't like
Durant.
that.
What
Yeah, I
is
don't like
this
that.
that you handed
Okay,
me?
so that's the pyramid, and then that's the cylindrical structures that are underneath said pyramid. So
That looks
I
like
want
a Dorito jumping on a broken bed.
It does.
Yeah.
He's
okay,
right about
yeah.
that.
So Google pyramid.
Or like a weight test thing, like when
Yeah.
you go to a mattress store and they
Correct.
have like the plastic
yeah.
things and
Oh,
you
the
see the
springs.
springs on the
Yeah.
side.
No one heard of it.
I don't want to do sports breaking news in the middle of this because
It will be
out
4
later.
days
This-
old.
Yeah.
But
the Nuggets fired Michael Malone, which is pretty surprising to me. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
A couple games skid there for.
I found it to be surprising, and
Hold on,
I
let me-
apologize for having facial
but
expressions.
how- but how
I
does-
feel bad for the Malones, but I don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
but how does that link to the pyramids in Giza?
Hey, what are the best microwave snacks you remember?
Hey.
Microwave snacks.
Right here.
Like popcorn.
Cody's got one.
Bagel bites.
Bagel bites goated. Pizza rolls goated.
Yeah.
I like to put those in the toaster though.
Yeah, those
More of a
toast
toaster
ovens.
vibe.
I didn't have a toaster.
That's
oven
later
growing
in the,
up. I had a
like, that's-
microwave. That's
Oh,
nice.
you mean in my kid? Oh,
Right.
oh, I thought we were.
Well, these
talking
are all
about
these
now.
are all air fryer things now, right?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
1000%.
Everything goes in the air fryer
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
How do you bite into the pizza roll? Bite the corner?
Gotta go
Corner.
Pop it
yeah.
open?
Yeah, you gotta let that
Yeah,
steam out.
if you bite it straight up, the rest in peace sides of your mouth.
You know you can
Forget
taste that steam if you ever try to like catch it.
And then
How
you
was
go,
that? Do it again.
As like, you bite the quarter of it, as the steam's coming out, you just go catch it.
one more time.
It tastes just like pepperoni. Just like little steam.
You know, one time I put a boiled egg. This was a dumb thing to do. Easter. You know, you have all those extra boiled eggs that you painted and whatever. I don't know. I was hungry
Sure,
one day.
following you.
I was a big kid, hungry. Anyways, I took a boiled egg,
Love
stuck
a
it in the
salted
microwave.
boiled egg. Just put a little salt on there. Go ahead.
Don't ever re-microwave a boiled egg.
Ooh, they explode?
It exploded, and my mom had just cleaned the kitchen. And let me tell you, when she walked away, and just like, she was like, all right.
I bet that was over hard to clean up.
What'd you do? You microwaved an egg?
There it is. Yeah, already boiled egg.
Yeah.
Roy, fist me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did that at my grandmother's house.
Did it explode too?
Oh, it definitely did.
Yeah.
My grandmother's house is where I would do like science experiments.
Experiments?
that I couldn't get away with doing at my house.
Yeah.
You know what I did to my grandparents one time? I felt really bad about it.
What's that, Tony?
So back in the day, you remember how the faucet on the sink would have the extra attachment with the gun, so you
Yeah.
could like,
the
like
hose,
clean
yeah.
like the hose, right? Exactly. So I had set it up perfectly to where I put a rubber band around it.
Oh, no.
So it was on, and then I put it
That's
in the
terrible.
place. So when you turn on the
your
water,
grandparents?
to my grandfather, yeah, rest in peace, Pop. I'm sorry that I did that to you.
Yeah.
That made me think of, since we're playing the game, terrible things we've done to family members.
Terrible things that you did
Are
to
we
Greg.
playing that game?
We used to go every 4th of July to like the Yankee Clipper, now
the
it's
Yankee
Ocean
Clipper, yeah,
in
baby.
Fort Lauderdale.
Yep.
And it would be like we'd have a room, like my aunt would have a room, a bunch of family members.
Aunt Bonnie?
Bonnie,
And
yeah.
Aunt Bonnie, actually.
Yeah.
This
Did she
story is
bring a
about
ham?
me and my friend Alex. We were little rascals. She did not bring a ham to 4th of July.
How old are you?
This is probably 11, 12.
So you're a feisty kid.
Yeah, this is like the
Yeah.
peak of like running around on our own. We discovered at the deli, the little like, convenience store of the hotel.
Oh my God, Adele should open a deli and call it a deli.
That would be fire. We learned
Genius.
that you could just give a room
Celebrity
number
business.
and charge whatever you want.
Oh,
So we
you
were like-
stink.
Aunt Bonnie.
If we do Aunt Bonnie's room, no one will ever know.
Well,
And like the final day, we like learned we're just like sitting there like eating like a yoo-hoo and like living like kings. Aunt Bonnie not happy with like the $72 we charged over like a 3-day span. I just remember like my Aunt Bonnie coming out. Like it was just so obvious by the charges that it was like me and my friend. Like, it was just like
12-year-old Chris
Yoo-hoo.
sipping on a yoo-hoo.
string cheese.
Why did Bonnie want 12 fruit roll-ups? That's crazy.
Yeah. So what have you guys done bad
it's
to your
funny
family?
the things that kids like get worried that they'll get caught for
Yeah.
because like when she sees the yoo-hoos and all that stuff, it's like, well, we know exactly who did
Who
this.
the culprit is.
When I was younger,
Yoo-hoo did this.
I think I've told this story before, but when I was
Only on Cameo for $4.99.
Come on.
when I was younger, me and my cousins were at my grandparents' house, and we were like in like the playroom or like the room where we would go to do our homework, whatever. There was a TV there, and we closed the door, and we were watching Beavis and Butthead. And we were not
should not have
supposed to
been
be
watching
watching.
that,
We were not supposed to be watching Beavis and Butthead. And I can't imagine what my grandfather was thinking when we went up to him, because we went and we were just like asking him like in 1,000 different ways. So when the cable bill comes to tell you what everyone's been watching, like, and do you know what was being watched on TV when you get the bill for the cable at the end of the month? And God knows what he thinks we were watching. But it was just Beavis and Butthead. But the way we were asking, it was like, as children, like a 10-year-old or whatever.
Could be worse.
You're like, this is the worst thing in the world, until you find out there's worse things that can be
Better
on the
for
cable
purchase.
bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those actually come out.
Hey, you were talking about kitchens earlier.
Oh wait, are we moving past that? Because one time I was over at my uncle's house, and our bedtime was set for 10 o'clock, and I stayed up till 10:13.
you
because there was a documentary about Helvetica that was airing, and
now I know what you go to jail for.
I really didn't want to
That
miss it.
documentary came out like 10 years ago.
Helvetica, like
How
the
old are you?
font?
Font? Helvetica.
You're watching a documentary on font?
Yeah, I was 19.
22?
That's
I was 19.
overrated font?
Yeah.
Imagine him going like APA format documentaries. The truth behind it.
Now you see why I picked him to go postal and kill people.
Yeah. You were mentioning kitchens earlier. Unpopular opinion:
Oh, you mean Fuentes?
toothbrushes should be in the kitchen.
That's
Why?
That's why.
Because they shouldn't be in the bathroom.
There you go.
How about in the shower?
They shouldn't be in the kitchen either.
Why
brush my
should they
teeth- I
be in
brush
the
my teeth in
kitchen?
the shower.
If your kitchen shouldn't have poop particles in it. That's
The
where
only
this all
thing
comes
that
from.
should be in the kitchen is women.
Oh, wow.
$4.99 on Cameo. Degrading women.
I mean, if you want, you can go to my Cameo, and I will speak out against that statement. Jeremy,
If you
very
do 24 hour
profusely.
on my Cameo, I'll come out.
Finish that. Finish it.
Was that it? Are you trying to tell us something? What's going on here?
Best revelations.
You'll go and
Yeah,
see.
Tony
You'll go
comes
and
out.
See. You'll go and see.
If you pay him the right amount of money on
He'll come
Cameo,
out.
he'll come out.
I don't know how much I am on Cameo actually.
Yeah. Well,
Not enough.
if you find out, big lifestyle change for Tony.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
Or you can move to Switzerland. Make a quick 150 grand.
150
I think they have
grand, yeah.
4-day work weeks there. They have.
I'm in for that.
How about Spain?
That's too easy.
150. I think 150. You take.
That's
I'll go
ridiculous.
anywhere. I'll go anywhere.
Nah, not
That's
anywhere.
ridiculous.
That's a lie
Why?
too.
I'm not,
You would
no
not.
one's
You're not
gonna
going
pay
to
you-
the outback of Mongolia for 150.
No one's going to pay you.
I can't even spend 150 grand. They don't have things to
All
buy
right,
things
enough.
on.
No one's
There's
going to
some
pay you
outposts.
these amounts of money to go on vacation destinations.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
No, like, how much would it cost for you to live in Greece for a year? How much would
150.
no one's going to pay $150,000?
But depends
to
on
live
where in
for a
Greece.
year?
Depends on where in Greece.
The economy is shit over there.
The economy is
too,
terrible.
So.
The economy's
But then
terrible.
150 grand could probably go a long way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What do you care about the economy?
I'm living in. I'm there amongst my people. What do you mean? I'm living there for a year.
Yeah, but it's,
I
it's
become
essentially
Greek.
paid for.
I know, but I become Greek, and I'm worried about my people, and I want to stimulate the local economy.
Well, by going there, you can stimulate it. But you
With
need
150 grand, I could stimulate the hell out of it.
All right, you wouldn't spend 150 grand there if that's what you're.
I would be
paid.
very charitable.
I don't think you know what to spend
Would
it on.
you?
I don't
I'd be
even
very
think you
charitable.
How so?
Charitable.
Doing what?
Yo, how so?
I would be charitable on what? Charitable.
banks.
Charitable on yourself?
You'll be
banks.
charitable on what? Jerseys.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd be spending a lot of time, like by the water.
Yeah, I would know.
Taking pictures, like the blue roofs and all that stuff.
The blue roofs actually in Santorini, they're very hard to get to, and they're very difficult to take a picture of.
Loaded with people, right?
Yeah, because you have to like go to like a little corner of like this little hut, and like almost go out the side of it to take a picture of the roofs. Not worth it.
Yeah, and like they showed a bunch of TikTok videos of like places that are just overrun with tourists because of TikTok and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's-
that. And it's like the fountain that you went to.
Yeah,
in Rome.
Trevi Fountain.
Yeah, same thing.
The cold water, by the way, freezing. I don't know if you guys have been.
You got in the fountain?
No, but it was so hot that
Quick
day.
swim?
I got in trouble actually because I went up to the fountain and I just touched it and I was like, ooh, the water is freezing. By the way, it's 9,000 degrees in Rome right now. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the corner. So it's obviously like kind of like a big semicircle, and then they have like the sculptures or whatever on the other side. So I got to the furthest point I could where nobody was watching. So I thought. And then I kind of dunked my head over and like poured water on my head because I was so hot. Man, the police got me.
Policia.
What'd they do?
Wow.
They just told me to get away. They had a whistle.
You know,
Oh, okay.
you strike me as someone, and I know someone who actually in this room has done this. You strike me as the person that sneaks the pictures in the Vatican,
No, it's on the
Oh, yeah,
it's in the Sistine Chapel.
in the Sistine
got
yeah,
Chapel.
I have.
You want to see? You want to see
him? Yeah.
I got some.
Oh,
Clearly,
did
you
this
can like
also?
see my face in it because I'm clearly.
Yes, because you're down. All you got to do is pretend like you're looking at your phone and then just take
I'm
pictures.
pretty
of it.
sure you're not even supposed to have your phones out in that.
Yeah,
You don't even
you're
have to do that. You can take a picture with the side buttons. You just open your camera on the back and then hold it down like this as you
Yeah,
walk. and
well-
What
just
do you
snap
need to do that for, other than
The most useless photos I've ever taken.
No,
Yeah.
other
You'll
than
never
the
look at
No,
it.
that's
sense
not
of you
true.
got
It's for
away
this
with
moment. Now
something.
we can look at it together. Look at
But
this.
granted, when do you look back on that?
Never.
Only when
Oh
I talk
my
about
gosh.
doing it.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's just Tony's like under chin and his nose.
Oh, this lady got.
You feel like a badass.
This
doing
lady
it.
got-
That
trouble.
lady's really
got away
going
with it.
for
You
it.
feel like
No,
a
no, no.
badass. When you're doing it, you're like, oh, I'm
No,
so
this
badass
lady's
right
not
now.
even trying to hide it. She's straight up just holding her phone in the
Here,
air.
let me
taking a
show you.
picture.
Let me zoom in.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys, and this is really just a Mike Fuentes question because it's on here, so he obviously
Chris,
wants us to ask him this question.
The best.
Mike Fuentes, what small thing makes you ridiculously angry?
I think
Because
he's
this
got a
list
long
feels
list of
like
them.
infinity.
No, I don't get that mad. I really don't get mad that often.
Mike Fuentes.
I don't.
Come on.
Ridiculously small thing. Who laughed out there?
bullshit.
I mean, come on, man. A little bit of self-awareness here.
I mean, outside of traffic, I get really mad at like traffic sometimes.
That's not a small thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it can be, but I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of like just at this point where I don't let that stuff bother me because it's gonna ruin my whole day over the smallest, stupidest thing.
All right, this is.
Didn't you just yell at somebody like the week before last for breathing a little too hard in here?
There's no way it happened.
Who did you yell at for breathing too
I
hard?
didn't yell at anybody. I probably just told them they were breathing hard.
Who?
You know, Michelangelo
Sounded a little
sculpted
angry.
this when he
Probably.
was 21.
That sounds like a Taylor interaction.
No.
He probably yelled at Taylor.
Anything Taylor does pisses. That's
they
it.
did that.
Taylor's the small thing.
Back
Michelangelo
then.
sculpted this at 21 years
How he
old.
did that.
It's the
Unbelievable.
Virgin Mary with Jesus.
Wait a minute. So you
dying.
can- so
It's
he can-
sculpture.
And you
So
make
he
one
can-
little mistake.
He
Imagine
did 21 years old.
you accidentally like knock off a pinky toe or something, and it's like,
Crazy.
well, we got to throw this giant rock.
They had it where people were actually breaking pieces off of Jesus' body, so they had to put it behind glass.
Oh wow.
Did you break? What'd you do with your piece?
No, it was too far. It was in glass.
Okay.
Tony, look, there's mine. You can
Wish
see
you
my
would have
head.
gotten it. That's the exact same picture he has. The exact same picture he has. It's just his face. Like if you were gonna frame that picture, do anything with that picture.
They say that St. Peter's buried underneath the Vatican. I don't believe it.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Why not? Where do you think he's buried?
I don't know, but like that was a long time ago. We're talking about 2,000 years ago.
The building was built a long time ago.
Yeah, but
I was even to my wife. I'm like, come here, honey, let's get a quick one. And she's next to me.
Dude, that's a good. I thought you were taking a picture of the floor. I was gonna say that's a good picture to launch on your
Yeah.
foot.
Oh yeah, the foot thing.
OnlyFans thing that you're gonna get started.
my bad. He sculpted it at 24,
for
not
her?
21. 24.
Ah, that makes sense.
She's my wife's.
Yeah, no one can do that.
My wife's in as long as no one knows it's her.
So why do you think that it's a lie that he's buried under?
I don't think it's a lie. It's hard for me to believe that that we know like these set of human bones were directly.
Oh, you think
this
there's a
person
dead
from
body
2,000
down
years
there,
ago.
but you don't know who it is. You know, there's
Right.
such thing as record keeping, right?
For sure, but I mean, man, there's been a lot of records that we've had to upkeep through a lot of fires.
Well, there was
and a
the
lot of
fire, the
different
Library of
things.
Alexandria, but
thank you.
then there was backups.
For sure, but you know,
Well, you think they were just making stuff up?
no, I just don't know. I just don't know for sure.
Vatican, in hindsight, a little overrated.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's
boy.
it's cool. It's cool.
Cool to say you went, but like, wasn't my favorite day in Italy.
what was your favorite
Yeah,
day in
what
Italy?
was your favorite day? In
Just
Italy?
like,
You do the Colosseum?
yeah, that was
Colosseum
cool.
was cool.
Down,
Coliseum was
down,
cool.
you. Oh, okay.
What?
I was gonna say that one seems like you brought for a little bit. You're like, I got it.
No, yeah, it's.
But when you're
it's,
in that thing, like you're walking around, you're like, holy
it's very
shit.
steep.
Yes.
It's like
There's a lot
everything
to
is built
Colosseum.
I remember like it was so hot there that the big thing at the Coliseum was like, where can I find shade?
Shade, I know.
It was just like finding little crevices where you
Dude.
could like stand for 10 seconds.
We went to the Colosseum like closer to dusk, so like it was already kind of cool, but it was hot. Hot.
Wow.
What else?
Speaking of hot honey, bad food trend.
What is hot honey?
That's written on here. It must be a Fuentes take.
Yeah,
That's a
it is.
crazy
Yeah,
take.
It's
I love
Which is
little
weird
hot
if
honey.
it
Hot
is a
honey's great.
Fuentes
I love
take,
hot
because he
honeys.
really does like hot
do-
honey.
you
I've
do
seen
honey when
like he
you pop
raves
it.
about
That's him
it.
trying to.
Tablespoon of honey.
The theme
This one,
for
right?
this,
Con limon.
the themes for this so
Mix it up.
long has been
Down the
that
hatch.
these
Down
are
the
his
hatch,
takes. He had to like zag. So he's like, I'm going to put one clear one
Yeah,
that I
trying to throw
I
us
like
off the
how
trail.
we just
Yeah.
said, "What small thing makes you angry?" No response, but apparently it's hot honey.
It's hot honey.
Yeah, it's hot
That
honey.
and Oreos are terrible. That's another.
Yeah,
one.
that's
that's
something
another
that Mike
Yeah,
Malone-
who
What the hell is
said
the matter?
that?
I love Oreos.
I will
You
agree
lost
that
your fucking
terrible.
mind.
Oreo
Whoa.
flavored things are better than just Oreos, the cookie. Like,
Interesting.
the cookie itself
McFlurry?
are fine. Like an Oreo McFlurry, Oreo,
Oreo ice
cookies and
cream,
cream ice cream is better than the Oreo cookie.
You want to hear a Mike Fuentes take before you get back to honey? Here's the most Mike Fuentes thing I think that I've ever read. And I don't know if we did this last weekend, or we must not have because it's still on here. Just imagine Mike Fuentes saying this. There's too much innovation in cars. We need to stop making driving easier and start making drivers better.
Yeah, that's his take for
That
sure.
sounds like a Fuentes take.
That's
You
true.
slid that one in. You know what we
That's a
should
hot
do,
take.
Mike? You know what we should do every week?
He's not wrong.
Every week you should go because obviously these aren't your takes. These are takes you get from the internet.
Yes.
Two
What you
truths,
sh-
one lie.
What you should do is you should get all the ones from the internet that you're going to take, but then slide one of yours
Slide
in
one of mine.
and figure out, and so we can figure out which one is yours and which one isn't. That's a lot of work for you, but
No, it's not a lot of work.
oh, okay.
So
I'm
what's
an opinionated guy.
really?
Yeah.
What's the hot honey trend?
You put it on pepperoni pizza.
It's fire.
It is good.
It's fire.
Yeah, pepperoni pizza, hot
delicious.
honey. But then it made me discover.
Put a little gabagool.
But
That's new.
normal honey also not bad on stuff.
I love
Yes.
normal honey.
Yeah,
Yes,
even
I
regular
I'm a big
pizza.
honey guy.
Honey on pizza.
You can put a little hot honey.
Pizza crust.
That's a
Wait,
lazy moon.
you put
special.
all-
Lazy
Lazy Moon
about the
special.
sauce
That's
and
special
honey.
right
No.
there.
R.I.P. Lazy Moon.
Just to clarify, hot
R.I.P.
honey is
I think they
spicy
died.
honey, not
I think
hot
it's gone.
temperature
The one
wise.
the one I
No,
got.
no,
is
it's
correct.
like, yeah, like from
Maybe
there's a
not, I don't
company.
know.
It's got a little
Mike's-
kick.
Mike's
Make some
hot
hot
honey.
sauce and honey. That doesn't.
Yeah,
sound-
Mike's
No, it's
hot
not
honey.
hot. It's not hot sauce.
So it's chili
chilies.
flakes?
Yes.
Yeah, it's chili
You can
flakes.
go on
That's much
anything.
better.
It's chili oil mixed with the honey.
Not just pizza. You know, you throw a little avocado toast. You can throw it on anything. A little hot
It is.
honey.
It is on a lot of avocado toast. You're right. It's good.
Good news.
I've also seen on chicken wings.
Mike Malone
Still
didn't
there?
lose
Still
his job.
alive.
Okay, good.
Oh, okay.
What's still live?
No, this place that we used to
We were
go
having
to
a
used
separate
to-
conversation
yeah.
that maybe people were hearing through the conversation.
For
you guys
some
were
reason, I
having.
thought that I had heard that it had closed and they moved closer downtown, but I didn't know.
I think there might be a one downtown that's open.
Yeah, can't
What
wait for a
place?
slew of comments. People just bitching.
Lazy Moon.
Lazy Moon. Yeah, they gave you honey so you could put it on the
little
crust of
thing
the
that
pizza.
It's the best. They would have just several things of honey out there
Yeah.
where like they had the crushed
The honey
peppers or
bears,
anything
yeah.
else, and you can take one of those honey bears and just bring it to your table.
You put it on the crust.
So
Yeah.
good.
I'm half listening.
No, I know. Just I'm giving you the bullet points: honey, pizza crust, lazy
Got
mode.
it. So $150,000 to live
150K.
anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world.
South
Was there a
Korea.
place you lived less
North Korea.
Well, duh.
for less
Well,
money?
yeah.
Oh no, not less money. I
That's
thought you meant
crazy.
a place I wouldn't live. North Korea.
How about Broward County?
No, I would never.
Oh, never.
150
no,
grand
no
to
amount
live
of
in
money.
Broward?
No amount of money.
Absolutely.
You're not welcome there.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so last week was Miami Music Week.
I need like $2 million.
Down here, and I made another edition of Mystery Rave, and I'm going to play it right now because I didn't get to play it the last 2 weeks.
Ooh, let's
so I'm going
go.
to play it right now to say goodbye. So I'm going to have Danny throw up the outside where it looks raining and disgusting and not very Miami-like, and this is a brand new Mystery Rave for everybody.
Okay, goodbye.
You're gonna see penises bigger than you've ever seen in your life.
The dick's almost implied.
You guys ever slap a dick?
I want me some glory hole.
The dick's almost implied.
I want me some glory hole. I saw a pee-pee.
Slap a dick. Slap a dick. Slap a dick.
Give me that plain stick.